Willow here with Howard Hannah Holt. So today I figured I would share with you a book that I read recently on lockdown. So during lockdown, I felt the need to kind of reevaluate and look into my food a little bit more, especially with the grocery stores being so crazy and the lack of being able to get certain foods. I felt what better time to really dive on in and look into what I'm eating, what I'm putting into my body, and what I'm bringing into my household. So I read the Real Food Grocery Guide, and it is awesome. It took me a while to get through it because there are so many chapters. It goes from what is in the produce aisle to what is in the food, frozen food, meat, snacks, desserts, beverages, the whole 9 yards. It's all in this book. And it has so much information in it that each section I really had to take in the time to process and really make the mental notes of things I wanted to change and things that I really was surprised by. But on that note, I figured instead of going through the whole book with you, I'd just give you a couple quick highlights and hopefully it would motivate you to want to read the book too. And it doesn't have to be all at once. Again, you can do it like me, little tidbits at a time. But so first things first is the difference between local and organic. Just because it's local doesn't mean it's organic, and organic has to have a certification. So while it might be nice to go to the farmer's market and get your local produce there, you should really be asking the farmers what their process is for how they raise their vegetables. Also how they raise their meat if you're getting your meat locally as well. Those are going to be really key factors. Also, be on the lookout for buzzwords, just like they are online and there are ads following you everywhere. The same thing's going on in a grocery store. So how else is a consumer who's consuming X potato chip going to veer away from that without buzzwords? So, what you really need to be looking for are certifications and the ingredient list, because if it does not have a certification, it's not gluten-free, it's not organic, it's not fair trade, whatever you're purchasing, if it doesn't have these, it's not what it says it is. I recently went through our grocery store and I went to pick out, I think it was like organic coffee, or I don't recall exactly. But anyways, I picked it up, I looked for the certifications, there were none there. So that was a buzzword. That was them trying to entice me to not look any further, but trust what was on the face of a label. Do not do that. Really try and look into what you're eating. It's going to be huge. Also, I understand not everybody can afford organic. It's expensive. It adds up. So if you're not able to do that, please look at the EWG Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen list. They come out every single year. They go through mainly produce right now. I'm sure as time goes on and this becomes such a more popular topic, they'll expand, but right now it's in produce. So if something is on the Dirty Dozen, you should absolutely be not purchasing that unless it's organic. And they come out with it, like I said, every single year. It's by the Environmental Working Group. I can put the photo in the comments for what's going on this year from them, and a link to their website. Their website, it's not just food. They go through your cleaning products, through your laundry products, makeup. That's how I've been able to switch away from a lot of harmful things, is by going through their website and finding out what is truly EWG certified. And if it's not, they have a rating scale on there. If it's slightly harmful, very harmful, the 1 to 7 range. It's an amazing site. They have an app too. The app is a little bit more skincare related and slight food, but the website, you can find so many different things. So utilize that as well. Look for buzzwords, really try and avoid them, and check the ingredient list. Next, I would say too, is know your oils. There are so many different things out there that say certain oils are good and certain oils are bad. There are definitely certain oils that are bad. Canola oil being one of them, and soybean oil is another one. Really try and look at your ingredient list, and if they have any of those on them, you don't want to be eating them or consuming them. So look into your oils. Also, if you're buying eggs, go for pasture raised, because that means that not only are they eating what is out on the pasture, but they are not kept in a cage. So free range, while it might say free range, they could still be in captivity while free range. So really look for pasture raised eggs. Not everybody has a gluten or dairy intolerance. I understand that. Really look into, though, what is going into the processing elements of your dairy and your gluten. I personally have a gluten sensitivity and a high fructose corn syrup sensitivity. So I already tried to avoid that. But since reading this book and doing so much more research, I've almost completely eliminated dairy. There are a few times here and there if I'm out in public and that is the only thing that I could have on it, I'll have it. But if I have the ability to remove it out of what I'm eating and not have it in the household, I've done that. And if you want any suggestions for swaps on items that are non-dairy free, I've got a few of those in my house and I'd be more than welcome to share. And then lastly, I would say money saving tips. So when it comes to your produce, really try and get as much bang for your buck as you can. So utilizing the crisper drawers is gonna be key. Also, get the perforated bags that I had in my last video or something along those lines, because that will help with airflow on your fruits and vegetables. And then also in your crisper drawer, they have these perforated kind of sponge-like sheets that can go in there, and that will also help with airflow. So that way that your fruits and vegetables can last longer, which everybody wants. You don't want to get a thing of strawberries and 2 days later you go in to eat them and they're all rotted or soggy. So really trying to utilize that is going to save you a ton and it's going to make your food last longer. And then